Hi there. In the last video I showed you how we got from Zeeland in the Netherlands with my heavenly twins Catamaran through Belgium and into the French Canal system. And we came as far as Vitry-le-François. There I had to stop because there was a maintenance period and I had to wait about 3 weeks before the Canal entre Bourgogne opened up again. That was the end of September, and I had to wait until the 15th of October when I could finally start again. This is where the following clips will begin. They will show the Canal entre Bourgogne, which is about a good 200 kilometers long. There's about 100 locks in there. So that means there's a lock every 2 kilometers or so, and you cannot go very fast. There was also some periods of bad weather, and of course there were lots of plant in the water, wrapping around the propeller to slow you down or completely blocking the locks. Sometimes you have to call for help, and then the guys from the VNF, they came and had to clean it all up. So it was not very fast. It took me about 1 month to do this. At the top, it goes up to about 340 meters, and at the top there's a tunnel, and after the tunnel it goes only downhill until you reach the river Saone. Good morning. Here's the good news. The sun is shining, sort of, and over there is the Canal entre Champagne et Bourgogne, and it's open again. So, we're underway again. The Champagne Bourgogne has indeed opened, sort of. Now it's open. So you see, that is the remote control, and you can see there that now the green is blinking, which means that the lock now knows that there is another boat coming. That will be difficult again to push through all this stuff. When I come by, it comes in between the two hulls and then wraps around the outboard. It's sort of nice to look at though, but I don't really like it when I have to push through it. This place is actually closed down because they're doing renovations everywhere. The boats here haven't moved for years, I think. And inside, dead bear. I'm still on the Canal entre Champagne Bourgogne, but this here is the last but one lock. It's lock number 2 on the side to the Marne, which means that I will come to the top of it, and after that it will go all the way downhill to the Saone and to the Rhone. But before that, we have to pass these 2 last locks here going up, and then we will have a 5-kilometer long tunnel. Water is rising very, very slowly. I don't think that is right. We should be up already. So that's all the stuff that we have in the lock inside here now. And of course that blocks the mechanisms. And there it is, the last lock, 340 meters. There's a tiny little light there. That's 5 kilometers away. That's it. We're through. Back out the light. On the left. That was a long one. Real awesome weather now. Fog and cold. And I'm stuck here because there's a tree that fell into the canal on the other side of the lock. So, good morning. The good news is that having passed the tunnel, I no longer have to do any locks going up. Going down the locks is much easier because you come in, you can easily hang on to the boat. The water is much more quiet than when they're filling it up. It will just seep out underneath you. There's no movement, there's no pulling on the ropes, nothing. It's not, no hectic, nothing. So the lock gates are opening, you see the blinking light, and we will now see how that goes going down the lock. Also works with the remote control, but we now use the bar. And here, but with one single line, I can control the boat. There's no way it can get out of control. And anyway, there's only very little tension on the line as it is. So some people actually don't even put lines ashore. They just hang in the middle and control the position of their boat far enough. Exactly. It's open. It doesn't move too bad. Good morning. But what a beautiful day to start out. But it is getting colder. Look at this. Okay, Aniva, let's go. Well, that doesn't look good. Lots of weed in there. There's only 7 locks, and the first one has a defect, and I'm stuck, and I have to wait for the guy from the VNF. Because today, hopefully, I will reach the end of the canal. And lovely weather for our last day on the canals here. The sun is coming up, and it's beautiful. When I came up to the tunnel on the other side, and we were still going up, autumn was over and the trees were all bare already, almost no leaves left, and the colors already turning to some crappy gray brown. Here on this side, winter hasn't started yet. It's more like the end of autumn. So maybe we are going south after all, I don't know. So we managed to do another 2 locks, but it's also stuck. As you can see, the weed is really bad here. I think these last 10 kilometers are the worst of the whole trajectory. You can see it's actually growing in the lock. It looks like there's more weed and salad in there than water. Unbelievable. That's another German boat that came in here yesterday. And together we are now approaching the very last lock. Front there is the first side canal deviation of the river Saone. We will turn right, and then we will get one first lock on the river Saone. And coming out of this lock, we are entering the actual river. No more canals for us. Once I had reached the Saone, it was getting a little bit too late. I didn't want to get stuck in the south with the much higher mooring cost. So I decided to start looking for a place to stay in the meantime until the spring. And I will show you that in the next video. And until then, you can already buy my book. CATNIP, a sailing vlog. CATNIP, Vlog einer Segelreise. You can buy that on Amazon, paper or ebook. And it's a nice story about 3 young people and a cat and orcas and the Atlantic. And they are out there on a very old, warm catamaran. So I think it's a nice story, and it's not very long. And when you finish it, then by then I will maybe already have a new video out for you. So until then, cheers and tschüss. Bye. Salut les copains. Ciao.